Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Leah and I love finding and crafting budget decor. If you do too, please subscribe. The first project I have for you today is I'm doing a makeover on this wooden box that has golf clubs on the front. Not very farmhouse, but I'm going to try to fix that. I'm using some Dollar Tree lightweight spackle and I'm going to fill in all over the top of the picture that's on there. There's a little bit of a lip that runs all the way around, and I'm just gonna go inside that. I had trouble with it not wanting to stick. I'd have it stuck in one place and then it would come loose in another place and so on and so forth, but I finally got it. Once it was pretty much level, I covered it with some plastic wrap and smoothed it out more. Then I'm going to take this rubber stamp that's a flower and just do a random pattern, turning the block one way and then another, all the way down the top of the box. And then I carefully removed the plastic wrap. Now I did have some cleanup to do afterwards, but it just wiped right off while it was still wet. I thought I was going to come in once it dried a bit and stamp some more flowers, but that didn't go so well because without the plastic wrap it just clumped up in my stamp. Now I'm going to dry brush with ceramic coat turquoise color paint. I love this color, and I'm just going to go all over it to bring out the detail. Now I'm painting the flowers with white, bright yellow, and lime green in the apple barrel paints. And that's how it turned out. I really like this. Very spring-like. Today's video is part of the Heidi Sonboul DIY monthly challenge. She's asked us to do farmhouse decor this month, and I've got 3 projects to share with you. Links for Heidi's channels and the playlist link for this challenge are in the descriptions. I'll also have the link for the playlist pinned in the comments should you have any problems with that. For project number 2, I'm going to paint and embellish this mason jar. When I'm painting on glass, I like to put down a layer of Mod Podge as a primer. That way I don't have to use so many layers of paint. I just went all the way around and let it dry thoroughly. I knew it was dry when it had turned clear. Now for the color, I'm using a beautiful lavender called Wisteria from Apple Barrel. And I'm going to paint that all the way around. Once it had dried thoroughly, I came in with my sanding block and just rubbed over it to bring out some of that Atlas Mason, what do you call it? Medallion, not medallion. Logo? Yeah, we'll go with logo. Then I used some of the Dollar Tree rub-on transfers, and I picked the most spring-like thing I could, birds and flowers. And I'm going to put those right on the top, and I just used the end of a marker and my fingernail, and they went on quite nicely. Now I wanted to put something around the top, so I grabbed my Dollar Tree wired ribbon that's burlap and lace together, and I measured out how much I wanted to wrap around. I didn't tie it in a knot, I just dovetailed the ends and lapped it over. You'll see in just a moment. But I wanted something for the center, so I took some twine, wrapped it around my fingers 8 times, tied a little piece of twine in the center there, and then I cut all the loopy ends. I'm not sure what you would call this. It's not a tassel and it's not a pom-pom. It's just a fuzzy little cute embellishment. It looks sort of like a butterfly when I get it finished. Or a flower. You tell me, butterfly or flower? And there's that. Now when I went to wrap the ribbon around, I tucked it under in the back because I wanted a good fit in the back. And put a dot of hot glue there. Stuck that down and let it dry. And turned it around and crossed those ends over in the front. And then put my little embellishment in the center of it. And I'll have this styled up for you at the end, so stick around. I think it's super cute. I love it. Project 3 is a spring sign. Now, I got a bunch of these that's chalkboard on the back and a sign on the front. I picked up those for 15 cents each at a store called Dirt Cheap that has closeout items there. And I'm just going to be painting over the front where it says Best Day Ever. And I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in Ballet Slipper. And I only needed one coat of that. Now going around the edges, I just let the brush do the work for me. I didn't try to get it perfect because, well, I'm not perfect. I just went around the edges best I could. Now I'm going to come in with some of these wooden letters that I got from BEEBEECRAFT. And I'm going to spell out Spring Has Sprung. So what's it look like at your house? Have you got flowers bursting out everywhere yet? I've got a few here. Now I wanted a very light yellow. I'm using the same bright yellow paint that I used before in the center of the flowers from the first project, but I wanted it to be more of a butter color than a mustard color. Yeah, listen to the fat girl using food references. And that's how that turned out. Now using some Dollar Tree florals, I'm going to use some pink larkspur and some purple lilacs and make a little bunch of flowers and leaves at the bottom there. Using some more of that burlap and lace ribbon, I'm going to make a simple bow, but instead of tying twine down the center, I'm going to use this pretty daisy flower trim that I also got from BEEBEECRAFT. I'll tie it off with that just to add a little more floral element in there, because spring has sprung. I had to dot in a little more glue there because I had a little bit of a bare spot, and I tucked in some more leaves. For the hanger, I just used a piece of the jute twine, tied it in a bow at the top, and that's how it looks. Pretty happy with that. Now let's see them together. I think it looks really fresh, spring-like. And the farmhouse beads I did with just some wood beads and glitter vase filler strung together. I really love these pastel colors. So what do you think? Did you have a favorite that I made today? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if it's your first time visiting, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I do budget decor, Dollar Tree crafts, trash to treasure hauls, and thrift flips. Until next time, bye-bye.